Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 293 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. I don't know why, as I was thinking as I was saying that, I remember, like, when we started this, I had the whole thing scripted. Like, our first episode, I was like, hello, everybody.
Like,
and welcome to the first
days?
episode of the two-player Yeah, when it was just audio. I
haven't listened
took me to get into
that in a while, but I have gone back and watched our first YouTube video.
Yeah.
Which is
I was, like, all hunched
funny.
over and, like, you know, and I was, like, talking to the mic like this. And we were in our little card table out in Pool House Recording Studios.
Sick part of Smackdown.
Yes. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where for just $1 and all these benefits do stack, you become a booster where you get the podcast live one day early on YouTube. $3 makes you a sponsor where you get a bonus episode every month. $5 makes you a producer where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, usually on Sunday or Monday nights. $10 makes you an affiliate where you get access to a monthly Q&A episode. I think I'll post that earlier this time because last time I just gave you guys like 2 days. I'll try to remember to do that this week. And $20 makes you a partner where you can choose the bonus episode topic and record it with us if you so choose. We need to pick a bonus episode topic because it's about that time to break for the rhythm and the rhyme. I'm going to get mine, so get yours. I'm going to see sweat coming out your pores. Did I get that right?
I have no idea.
You know what it is, though. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Okay,
or was that
I knew it was
CNC Music Factory?
that's what I'm saying. I get them all.
Or are they both the same?
90s music is pretty terrible. That's what I think
the
of.
pop 90s, like
the early 90s
dance music. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a beautiful life. Oh, oh.
It's terrible. Yeah, it sounded right.
Some of our patrons deserve a shout out, like our affiliates, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. Sarah Solar, John Tingley, Derek Bamford, and Mom. Not in the chat. No idea.
You don't want to shout out Mom's YouTube channel?
YouTube.com/Morewa.
I don't think she has 100 subscribers.
I don't think she has a custom URL yet. No. Great.
It starts.
That's how it starts. Also, our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Check out PS Rewind on YouTube. Chris, I didn't forget about you. Promise. We're going to get it done. I need to research how mad that game makes me. I need to get back. I need to go like through Wikipedia and read the story and just get so freaking mad again. And then I think I've still got notes from then. Oh, I should go back and watch our spoiler cast. That'll get me fired up. Jesus, that came through on the mic. You are feeling a little gassy. It seems like it's only mine that ever smell. Yours smell every once in a while. I guess
mine have been smelly. We'll see.
But I mean, on the pop, maybe it's because fan.
We had circulating.
Vaseline. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. We're recording this Sunday night. Tomorrow, unfortunately, is the series finale. You forgot about James Games. No, I said it, but I said it, John, but I think it's just the freezing. I mentioned James Games and more.
Hey, we're down to red.
Yeah, but then it goes back up to yellow and orange and red. I don't know. I hopefully this...
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on.
Yeah. We've got good internet today, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's maintenance going on, but it'll be up. Maybe I'll try to get this up tomorrow because of this. Tomorrow is the series finale of Better Call Saul. And it sucks.
It seems... So I guess we got 6 seasons of this. Technically only 5 of Breaking Bad, but one was basically 6 seasons. But I didn't get into Breaking Bad until between season 4 and 5. It was after the finale of season 4, and I saw what happened, and I was like, whoa. And I dove in.
I think
But it seemed like Breaking Bad, like, at the time, it seemed like Breaking Bad had been on forever. I felt like I had been hearing about it for years and years and years. Didn't even know, like, what it was about.
Wait.
But with Saul, it seems like, I mean, we've been watching it since the beginning.
Since 2015. It's been 7 years. They had to take a year off.
7 years. And, like, I feel like it flew by.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. I'm excited, but I'm sad to see it go.
I assume they're going to stick the landing. I can't wait.
I hate to see it go, but I love to watch it leave.
You are killing me with that booty. Or whatever he said in Breaking Bad. Come on, sweet cheeks. Let's make some money. But in honor of that, I wanted to just do this little tidbit because I heard this when I was listening to I think it was the Insider podcast. Or no, it was the Inside the Gilliverse like interview show that this guy does. And he had Peter and Vince on. And somebody wrote in with a question like, did you ever think about making a Breaking Bad video game? And they did. And I will pull this quote. Did you see this?
Yeah.
There it is. Vince Gilligan said, or wait, it was Gilligan. Okay. I'm not much of a video game player, but how can you not know Grand Theft Auto? He said. I remember saying to the two gentlemen who said yes originally to Breaking Bad, I said, who owns Grand Theft Auto? Can't you get like a module? Can there be like a Breaking Bad adaptation? It still makes sense to me, Gilligan said. That never came to fruition. There have been quite a few attempts at video games. Some of them kind of sort of made it to market. We tried to do a VR experience with a Sony PlayStation VR headset.
Where you cook meth?
We did a mobile game that lasted for a little while. And they also went on to say like how they said something about how like the amount of respect they have for people that make video games and how tough it is to get video games off the floor and everything. Do you think we ever should have had a Breaking Bad video game? Or
I don't think we
cameo
should
in GTA?
have. So, yeah, if you had a Breaking Bad video game, that's basically GTA.
Yeah.
What I'm shocked is that there was never a GTA Online, maybe not explicitly Breaking Bad
but it's
crossover, but like...
James is here. James, sorry if the internet's not good. I'm sorry. We're having issues, I guess.
But like, I don't know. You can't go all the way over. You can't like be driving around in an RV and you have to go and cook. Like, you got to be a little more subtle than that. But I'm shocked there was never, to my knowledge, a Breaking Bad like, I don't know, episode, whatever you want to call it, of like GTA Online, because it makes perfect sense. It should work as a video game, but Breaking Bad as a video game is just, it's Grand Theft Auto. It's been done.
Yeah. You could have done like a Telltale kind of thing with a side story, and not with Walt and Jesse, but like something like we're getting backstory on Breaking Bad from Better Call. Like you could have done with another character in there off the beaten path. Like you could have been Combo or Skinny Pete and Badger or something separate from the main story, and then maybe Jesse. Like I think that would have worked, but no, we didn't need a GTA style Breaking Bad game. I don't think. But yeah, I just want to bring that up. We love you, Better Call Saul. It is interesting. So apparently Gilligan and Gould are pitching their new show right now to like 7 different networks. It seems like they are officially done with the BBBCSCU.
BBSCU.
BBSCU.
BBBB.
BBBCSCU.
BBB.
BBBCSCU.
BBBCSCU. Yeah.
I think it's just the BBCU is really what it is. The Breaking Bad Cinematic Universe. Or TVU. BBTVU. But no, there's a movie, so it's cinematic.
The BBBCSTVAMMCU.
Yeah, I hate to see it go. Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Apparently their new show, because Gilligan started way back when on X-Files. He didn't create it.
Yeah, supposedly this next one's going to be more X-Files, less Breaking Bad.
So I'm like, I don't know. I'll probably watch it just because it's them. But,
right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so this week, again, it's another kind of slow week in news, but Sean finally watched a movie for the first time that I've been asking him to watch for probably 12 years now. I would guess probably since it came out.
No, it's been probably since I moved here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I didn't watch it in theaters, but I watched it when it came home. I don't know why. I don't know if I rented it and then I ended up buying it or what, but I've now seen it 9 or 10 times. I watched it twice this week. Sean finally watched The Town. Spoiler-free thoughts.
Yeah.
Just what did you think?
It was more or less what I thought it would be. I mean, when you go into those kinds of movies, they're all kind of sort
Chris
of similar.
is here too. He loves the direction they're going to go with their new show. I'm going to watch just because it's Gilligan Gould.
I thought it was very good. I know you had said, I think it's even better than The Departed. That's tough. I don't know if it is. And like we talked about, I think for me, the biggest strike against The Departed is the length. It's a bit too rough. It's a bit too long.
Right.
This was a nice length. Didn't seem too short. Didn't seem too long.
Chris says The Town's a great movie.
Yeah, it was very good. And despite the, you see all of like the I don't know, criminal underbelly, I guess, of Boston. It made me really miss Boston.
Yeah.
Like I loved visiting and yeah, it was very good. I will definitely watch it again.
I love it. It is on Netflix right now.
Love Jeremy Renner.
He was perfect. They almost cast. What did they say? Because I was telling you, I was listening to the Rewatchables podcast on it. I think he wanted Damon, but Damon couldn't do it. Damon in that role wouldn't work.
No, he's too pretty. Goody too. Yeah.
They thought about Casey Affleck, which I could have seen.
I could see that,
but I just think Jeremy Renner is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
James just brought The Departed. Departed is awesome. Okay, I'm not saying that The Town is definitely better than The Departed, but I think it's like 1 and 1A when it comes to like Boston crime movies.
I feel like, and maybe it's just because Departed is it's what's his name?
Say it right.
The Departed is
Scorsese.
The Town has, who directed it?
Ben.
Oh, okay.
He helped write it and he directed it.
But like, I think I feel like it kind of flew under the radar.
The Town?
Like it does, yeah. It does seem like it should be always coming up in the same conversation as The Departed.
I think it's one of those like Boondock Saints that once it left theaters, it just got like a cult follow. But they had a budget of only like $37 million, and I think the box office was $150, so it was profitable. But yeah, it was not. But then again, like The Departed only made $270 million or something like that. It's weird. It's that blows my mind. I think for me, the Departed, the issue is like I'm doing the bad accent. Jack Nicholson. But what are you going to tell Jack? Jack, you're doing the accent wrong. Fuck you, I am. You know what I mean? When I tell you next time I tell you to bury a body in the marsh, you put the body in the marsh. Like, and I watched The Departed again. And I really, really liked it. It's just there's certain things like, of course, the ending is just freaking like the last, not the ending, but like, you know what I mean. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. It's James, you have to watch it. You've got to like. So yeah, this week I watched The Town twice and The Departed once.
That's a lot of movie time.
But they're so like. And the reason this all started...
So I'm off tomorrow, again, with not really much to do.
You should watch...
I might watch The Departed.
It's on Netflix, but only till the end of the month. So if you want to watch it, you should watch it tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I might do that.
But I love them both. If you haven't seen The Town, I strongly recommend it. I think it's so good. It just feels more... I guess it just feels more like authentically Boston than The Departed does.
The what?
Sorry, Departed.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, like Emilio Estevez's dad, Charlie Sheen's dad, Martin Sheen. Again, the accent great, but like Damon nails it. Marky Mark nails it.
Yeah,
DiCaprio nails it. Like everyone in there does a fantastic job, and like Nicholson's right hand man, Frenchie.
I think that also obviously just had like the star power.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This is Affleck, to a lesser extent Renner, and then nobody.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean Blake Lively, but I mean she still
true.
never.
She
married Ryan Reynolds, but that was before she really blew up.
Yeah.
A lot of people apparently gave her slack when this movie came out. I was like, I thought she wasn't in it a lot, but the part she played, I thought she played it absolutely perfect.
I thought she was good. Yeah.
I thought she was awesome.
Yeah.
It's not going to be me and you and shine up there playing house. Get that through your freaking head. I don't know what that is. But yeah, the town's awesome. He's going to watch when he gets back home. So you are joining us from New York? New York. I don't know how do you say New York with a Boston accent? New York.
New York.
They don't really have an or sound. It's all the ahs.
Yeah, New York.
It's just kind of.
It's not New York. Would be like
that. Would be New York.
That's like New York, like Brooklyn. Boston would be like New York. I have no idea. New York.
Sean.exe has crashed. All right, that's enough talk about The Departed. She was great. I didn't even know she was in Green Lantern. I did not know that. I wonder, is that how they met?
I never saw it.
Interesting. Well, no, I didn't either. That also might be facetiousness. I don't know.
Authenticious.
Often what? What is it with you guys in Charlestown? Just read it. It's on the page. Yeah, but y'all got this all stuff. I'm trying to make it, all authenticious.
Often what?
And then it just immediately cuts. I was like, oh, brilliant. John Hamm's in it. He's great, too.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Still in New York. New York.
Y-O-K.
New York. Uza. Sean, what have you played this week? Anything?
I did a little with the community.
Yes.
A little Fall Guys. I played solo for a little bit before we squatted up. I jumped in.
I smell a freaking rat.
And I played 3 games.
Okay.
Well, I played a game, got to the finals, barely lost. Played a second game, got to the finals, barely lost.
What were the finals? Was it the stupid hexagon?
No, I think they were both the Fall Mountain.
Okay.
Then I did a third game, and I got an invite from James,
I'll try for it.
To squat up. And I'm like, I can't do it right now. I'm in the middle of this, whatever. I ended up winning that one. The first and only time I got to the end and had the final round it was like the spinning, it's like the big cylinder that spins different directions, and there's like walls or gaps.
That was the final round?
Yeah. Which I'm like, I'm really good at this one. I feel pretty good, and I ended up winning. But I played 3 games in a row, lost in the finals, won. I'm like, I think maybe all the good players stopped playing. I don't know what's going on.
I'm playing with a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Then we squatted up to mixed levels of success. Yesterday, I think, I played another, hour and a half of it. One time I made it to the finals, and it wasn't hexagon, but it was basically that. It was that, but like
spins?
Ice.
Okay. Where the balls are flying at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got third. So I almost won. But other than that, I couldn't get past maybe like the third round. I lost in the first round several times. That's more like what I remember when I used to play way back in the day. So I don't know what was going on, whatever it was, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever we played that. I mean, but before we played, I was killing it. And I don't know. I think that was just a fluke because I'm apparently back to just sucking now.
Garbage.
Well, but I will say, it's fun. The controls have definitely been fixed. Like, you jump when you hit the button now, not that like half a second later. Yeah. I think some of the new games seem to be pretty fun for the most part. I haven't played any of the games that I hated before, so I don't know if they're just gone or if I've gotten lucky. I did get the volleyball game. I smoked the guy I played. I beat him like 7-2 or something. But it is way more fun when you squat up, for sure.
We had so much fun. When we squatted up, when we finally figured out, also matchmaking in that is just horrible. Trying to actually get in a game with 4 people, it's just like
just
you would think with
complicated.
Epic putting the money behind this, they could get this figured out more easily. Yeah. It was just like we tried to join a party in the game, and I could hear Sean and James, but they couldn't hear me. I was like, okay, I'm going to start a party. And then Chris and I could hear each other. I could still hear Sean and James coming through the game. They couldn't hear me. Chris could only hear me. So I was like, okay, I'm killing the party. Let's get back in the game. Somehow we got it to work. I don't know. But the first round we played, we got to the finals, and I was like, oh, we're gonna take home a crown. And we never got back to finals, I don't think. But we played for like an hour or so, and it was so much fun. I did go back like the next day and play it. First round I played, I got to the finals, and it was freaking Hexagon.
Really?
I was like, damn it, Hexagon.
And
I was like, but you know what? I'm not going to. It's one of those things where I'm like, I've already lost because this game messes with my mind. But I'm like, just chill out, walk around. I got third place before I fell because somebody else was like coming at me, and like we jumped at the same time. But like he landed on the thing first and then jumped off onto another one. So I went through it. And then when I went through it, there was a hole underneath me and I lost.
Yeah.
But I finished third. But it was a lot of fun. I want to do that more often with you guys. Use guys. But it was fun. Fortnite, can you do 4 people? You can do 4 people, right? Not just 3, I think.
If it's 3, I'll sit out. That's fine.
You suck. Have you played anything else, Sean?
I have not. I just have not. I'm in a funk.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. I'm looking forward to Blossom Tales. I'm not really, at this point, even looking forward to the last. I mean, I'm still going to get it day one, and I'm sure I'll love it when I start playing it, Last of Us. But right now, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not like counting down the days or anything. I'm just like, well, I know it's coming. I'm sure I'll play it. I'm sure I'll like it. But I'm just like, I don't know. There's just nothing that I really want to play right now.
Cowabunga in 2 weeks.
Well, that too, yeah. So
Yeah,
there's stuff coming up. So maybe my funk will end in a couple days here. But
I did, as I was talking about this last week, I just randomly was like, I'm going to download Garou Mark of the Wolves. It was on sale for $374. This was the hardest purchase I've ever made on PlayStation. So they announced the new Fatal Fury game's coming, or a Garou game, whatever they're going to call it, probably 3 years away. Wario tweets out, hey, Garou Mark of the Wolves is $374 on PSN. It's also on PS Plus Extra. I'm like, hell yeah, this is great. I click on it, click the link after we're done recording. I'm going to buy it. And it's like, this is not available. You can buy the Arcade Archives Classic version for $8, but the $374 is not available. I'm like, what the hell? That's crap. Okay. So then I go into the replies. Everybody's like, it's saying I can't buy it. It's not showing on Extra. So then I go into PS Plus Extra on my phone. It doesn't show it there. I'm like, okay. So then I go onto the console and I go to PS Plus Extra. It doesn't show it there. Finally, I was able to purchase it. It's weird. When I went to the page on my PlayStation 5 to buy it, it says available with PS Plus Extra when you load up the screen. And then it goes away and it says $3.74. And I was like, whatever. I'm to the point now where I want to play this game, so I just bought it for $374 and it downloaded in like 5 minutes. Came out in 99. I loved Fatal Fury. I loved Fatal Fury, but Fatal Fury 2 is my favorite. I don't think I've ever played real bout Fatal Fury, but I downloaded it, played as Terry Bogard, of course. It's so weird playing in a fighting game with only 4 buttons, but this game is deep. Now, I only did one playthrough on arcade and I did win. This game, the sprite work in this, it's right up there with Street Fighter 3. It is beautiful. The animations are amazing, and it's surprisingly
So is this deep. Like a PS1 game?
No, it's a PS4 release of Garou Mark of the Wolves.
But I'm saying, what was the original?
Arcade.
Oh,
Neo Geo. Neo Geo.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, GIF. I have to say Neo Geo. It is a great fighting game. I would like to play it more, and I think I'm gonna, because I finally like looked up I was doing like the moves I remember. Like Terry can do the burn knuckle. He can do the power wave thing. He can do the flipping, like he kind of flips forward and does a kick.
Wait, so is this separate from Fatal Fury, or is this like what it's called in Japan, or what's the...
That I don't know.
Okay.
Chris, let me know, because I don't know if Fatal Fury turned into It's the only Garou game there is.
Oh, okay.
But it's like Terry Bogard's the only original character that's there. Joe isn't there and Andy isn't there.
Okay.
Which I thought was odd, because I was like, well, I'll play through as Terry, and then I'll be Joe, and then I'll be whatever. There's a guy in there named Butt. His name is Butt. It's his last name, but on the character select screen, it just says Butt.
Butt?
Yes. And when I fought against him, I was like, oh, I would like to play as this guy. He's like a really like big beefy dude that's just like, he shoots fireballs and stuff. And
out of his butt.
Yeah, not out of his butt. That's what you've been doing. I would love a non-streaming PS3 version of Street Fighter 3. John, it's a side story. There you go. So John, what you need to do, it's probably on sale a lot, is get the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. It's the best fighting game collection that's ever existed. Every Street Fighter game. It's got Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3, Double Impact Street Fighter 3. Oh my God, now I'm blanking on the whatever the third one is as well. It's got all the supers, it's got Street Fighter 1 all the way up through all the Street Fighters 2s, all the alphas, the 2 supers. It's amazing. You should get it. But yeah, Garou Mark of the Wolves is awesome. And then I did last night, I was like, I got to go back to this game. So I finally went back to Stray. And when I was texting you like 2 weeks ago about how I didn't know how to get through this area without using the gun, that was the first area. I wasn't in the sewers. The sewers is the later. Yeah. So now when it said sewers, I was like, oh, okay, I can still get this trophy.
Yeah.
I died a few times, but I got through there.
Wait, which guy's Butt?
Butt is... Where is he? That guy right there.
Oh, okay.
He's awesome. Just the fact that his name is Butt. I mean, it's like Ernesto Butt or something like that. But on the character select screen, it just says Butt. And I was like, that's freaking awesome. But I went back to Stray. I did get some of the trophies. I've got 51% of the trophies now. I have missed memories. What I don't know is if I go back and do character select.
Including fighters like Rock Howard, Terry Bogard, and my favorite, Kushnud Butt.
Not Ernesto, but whatever. I have it, but it's not. Oh, I see what you mean, John. I got you. Do you know if I go back and do, like, if in chapter 3 I missed a memory, if I go back there and get it and then get to a save point, exit out, is it going to say in that chapter I got 3 of 3 memories?
From what I remember, when you do the levels, the chapter select,
right?
Maybe this was only in regards to. There was something about that. You can't do the level select for some trophies, but I think for collectibles it should be fine. Oh no, it was the speed run thing. You can't. Was it the speed run? There's like one or maybe a couple particular trophies, but I think if it's collectible related, yeah, I think you can jump around and get them all. That's what it was. If you're having a good speed run and then you screw up at the end and you try to, you can't level select back to chapter 10 and have it keep your time of where it was at then. So I think for the collectibles, you're fine.
Okay. I did get through. I got the trophy for getting through without the Sentinels seeing you or whatever.
Okay.
I only had to restart twice, but those things are cool. I like how you avoid them. Like if you're walking by, if there's like a thing floating, like a big pile of garbage,
you like stay in the shadow, whatever.
And you got to figure out when you're going back to the apartment, it's like, well, this way is clearly blocked. This Sentinel's not moving, so I got to go around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Rock Howard is Geese Howard's kid.
Okay.
I don't think that even does it justice. It looks way better playing it on PS, like when it's not. But I mean, you can still see that it looks pretty good. But
it does kind of look like Street Fighter 3.
Yeah. So I didn't beat Stray yet. I got to the how many chapters? Is there 13 chapters?
I think so. 13 or 14.
I'm in the jail area. Yeah. See, he's got like a Shoryuken and stuff.
Yeah.
The super moves are awesome. There's different variations of the super moves you can do. Whether you want to, like, you can do a super move with light punch and just use one bar of your super meter, or you can do it with hard punch. If once you've got it filled up all the way, it'll be more powerful and it'll use the whole bar. Blah blah. It's awesome. But Stray, yeah, I got to the jail. I got out. I got to the part where you're doing the rescue part of that for the thing that you lose when you get in there.
Yeah.
Although I've already spoiled, you go to jail. I mean, whatever. It's Stray. If you haven't played it, you don't care to play it.
Now, what is that? Chapter like 12?
I think it's 12.
Yeah, so you're very close.
Yeah. So right now I'm just going to beat it And then if I can do the collectibles, just going back and getting the memories I missed, then I'm like, okay. I couldn't scratch the vinyl in the club. Like, it was just always grayed out when the guy was playing the music. I don't know what I was supposed to, I don't know if there was something else I was supposed to do to distract him other than just pulling the power switches down.
Oh yeah, that should be it. I think it
was grayed out the whole time. But I mean, I can go back there and do that trophy.
Yeah, that's
easily.
easy.
But I know I haven't scratched in every. I think I missed scratching in one chapter. I think it was one of the stressful chapters. I think it's the one where all the little aliens are chasing you, like chapter 8 or 9 or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember scratching in there, so I'm probably not going to get that trophy. But I can just go back to each chapter and go.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I was hoping to beat it, but I was just like, okay, I don't want it. There's like this cage with this thing inside it. There's red lasers everywhere. And I'm like, I just don't have the patience to do this right now.
Yeah.
But it's still fine. It's good. I would like to beat it tomorrow before Blossom Tales comes out. Because I want to jump into that on Tuesday.
The last chapter is pretty easy. This is like the last somewhat difficult part of the game. So once you're through the jail, the last chapter is not bad.
Okay. But there's just one after the jail?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 2, but I don't know what the other one would be. I think it's just 1.
It is funny in the jail when you get stripped of your quote-unquote powers, you know what I mean? And it's like you're just a cat and you're just meowing, and people are just... and cat's like, meow. I don't know what the hell you're saying. Meow. Oh, they said on Game Scoop this weekend that one of the things they wish they would have done with Stray is... X jumps, but you should have been able to like click and hold X to like the cat would go down and kind of shake its butt.
Shake his butt and get ready to jump.
I'm like, yeah, that is a good point. That would have been awesome. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm liking it. I don't know that it's worth $30, but I'm going to see it through and I'll probably get the platinum just because I'm this close. I might as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've played this week. Next week, we didn't get review codes, but next week, unless somehow they watch them give us review codes tomorrow. And it's like, okay, you got to meet the embargo Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have a video. We can just like get on a Zoom call or something. But yeah, we didn't get review codes for Blossom Tales 2. I'm very excited for it though. Very happy to pay for it. So we'll give our full thoughts on that next week. I assume I'm probably gonna beat it. I feel like I'm gonna blow through this, especially because I'm playing it on Switch. I ain't got to worry about no trophies. I got to worry.
What?
Huh?
Play what?
Blossom Tales 2.
Oh, is that only Switch?
Yeah. It's Switch and Steam only. The first one never came to PlayStation. I kept hoping it was because I was gonna buy it again and get the platinum.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, so I got to charge up my Pro Controller.
Yeah.
My Switch is not turned on since we did the Cuphead Let's Play. But yeah, full thoughts next week. But Sean, you want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
Sean is recharged. All right. So this first one's going to be a lot of reading, but it's super interesting, I think. Like we talked about last week, there's been all these things filed in Brazil as part of Microsoft's ongoing Activision acquisition. I was about to say the Activision of Activision. Activision.
Activision.
And there's a lot of stuff coming out of this about both companies. I think it's kind of cool. This comes from Push Square. Microsoft has claimed Sony pays publishers and developers block fees to stop them from putting their titles on Xbox Game Pass. In response to Sony's assertions that Call of Duty franchise influences, quote, users' console choice and lacks a proper rival, the Xbox Series X and S maker has said Sony is stalling the company's ability to grow its subscription service. This is because of payments made to developers that prevent them, quote, from adding content to Game Pass and other competing subscription services, end quote. The comments appear in a document justifying Microsoft's acquisition of Activision, sent to the Brazilian Administration Council for Economic Defense, and is spotted by Reset Era member IDAS. Sony and other third-party companies were asked to submit their thoughts on the purchase last month, which is where Sony originally made its concerns known, and Microsoft's response suggests it thinks Sony is fearful of Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft explains, quote, considering that exclusivity strategies have been at the core of Sony's strategy to strengthen its presence in the games industry, and that Sony is a leader in the distribution of digital games, Sony's concern with possible exclusivity of Activision's content is incoherent, to say the least. It then continues, it only reveals, once again, a fear about an innovative business model that offers high-quality content at low cost to gamers, threatening a leadership that has been forged from a device-centric and exclusivity-focused strategy over the years, end quote. Sony has recently introduced 2 new tiers to its PS Plus service in PS Plus Extra and PS Plus Premium, but these focus more on delivering a large catalog of older titles rather than releasing first-party hits straight onto the service day one. At the time of writing, Stray appears to be an outlier from a third party that immediately joins the list of all PS Plus games. The Xbox platform holder argues that Sony doesn't, quote, want attractive subscription services to threaten its dominance in the digital distribution market for console games. In other words, Sony rails against the introduction of new monetization models capable of challenging its business model, end quote. The fact Sony what the hell was this? This was a lot of words. The fact Sony refuses to put its upcoming PlayStation studios straight into PS Plus, Extra, or Premium suggests Microsoft's claim could be true. Instead of paying a subscription fee, God of War Ragnarok will be a $70 title when it launches in November. But the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will almost certainly outsell anything Sony has on its docket. In its original statement, the company voiced its worries over how, quote, players would be unlikely to switch to alternative games as they would lose that familiarity, those skills, and even the friends they made playing the game, end quote. While it notes Call of Duty Vanguard represented a weaker year for the series, quote, players remain loyal to the brand and continue to buy the game, end quote. Of course, exclusivity deals are commonplace on both sides of the pond. Sony paid for timed exclusivity over Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. It also has a deal in place for 2023's Forspoken. Microsoft, meanwhile, has short windows of exclusivity on many indie releases. Microsoft has said time and again, the Call of Duty series will remain multi-platform, but Sony has still voiced its concerns on the buyout and what it means for the PlayStation player base. In response, Microsoft says Sony is holding Xbox Game Pass back through these payments to block titles appearing on the service. Am I crazy, or did Xbox buy Bethesda? You can't play Starfield on PlayStation. You're probably not going to play Elder Scrolls 6. You're not going to be able to play Doom 3 or whatever it ends up being called. Like, yes, Sony has exclusives, but like they said with Xbox has Tunic exclusive for 6 months. You haven't been able to play it.
So that's what I don't get. So Sony saying Call of Duty franchise influences users' console choice. Okay. I mean, since the dawn of time, since the dawn of video games, of course, people buy the console that has the games that they want. Like, what are they trying to... Of course it does. But, like, who cares? I love Sony, but, like, duh. Sony has Spider-Man. Sony has God of War. Sony has
The
Last of Us.
None
Sony
of those
has
are
Uncharted.
None of those are Call of Duty.
I get it, but, like, combined...
Well,
I don't get it. Like,
well, the thing is, so Microsoft has said they're going to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, but then there were other reports that they're only because they said we will fulfill all contractual agreements, whatever. Then I think they came back and said, no, we're going to keep it on PlayStation, whatever. But contractually, Activision is only contracted for, I think, the next 2 Call of Duty games to release on PlayStation. They're going to skip next year, everybody is saying, and then whatever comes out in 2024, probably Black Ops 7, whatever it's going to be. So I think it's like Sony is saying, like, you might not want to let this go through because if you make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox, even 2 years from now, that does influence player choice. What people that by then PlayStation 5 sold, let's say 60 million units, whatever. Now
I just feel like anybody in 2024 that has not yet bought a PS5 and is now like, well, I guess I'll buy Xbox because I only want to play Call of Duty. I I think in the grand scheme of things, this is not as big of a deal as Sony is making it. And maybe that's easy for me to say because I don't give a crap if it's exclusive to Xbox. I really don't care. But like, yeah, are there some people out there that were going to buy a PlayStation 5 and will now buy an Xbox because that's what they have to do to play Call of Duty? Probably. But not like millions. Thousands, maybe tens of that. But like, what's more likely going to happen is that people maybe buy an Xbox that weren't originally going to.
Well, that's
but I don't think they're going to not. I don't know. I just can't imagine this swaying people from getting a PlayStation to getting an Xbox because of one game. They might buy both. Great. Sony, you still sold your PlayStation. Are you really just that upset that Xbox sold a console as well? Like, I think that's way more likely than people just not buying a PlayStation
But
now.
it's not even that. It's that, like, if after the next Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, the next one, if that's the last Call of Duty on PlayStation, you got to think Call of Duty sells 25-30 million copies a year. Sony has a lot more PlayStations out there than Xboxes. We found out this week that from some other documents that PS4 outsold Xbox by at least 2-1. Last thing they said was they've got 117 million PS4s out there. Xbox is somewhere around 60, give or take. So the lion's share of those copies being sold are being sold on PlayStation, which they get 30% of every sale of Call of Duty on PlayStation. Now, with Call of Duty, even if it doesn't become exclusive, if it does become exclusive, then they're screwed. Even if it doesn't, though, now people know. We'll see with this year's Call of Duty. I don't think it'll be on Game Pass this year. I think that deal would have to close really quickly for them to be like, and Modern Warfare 2 is on Game Pass. But once it is on Game Pass and it's quote unquote free with your subscription, that's what I think also is a big concern. Like, if Game Pass gets the heavy hitter, which eventually it will, of Call of Duty, and it's quote unquote free over there, that hurts Sony big time.
I don't know that it does. I think it helps Xbox and it hurts Sony in that it helps Xbox. Right. But I can't imagine that people are going to stop buying PlayStations because this is
I'm not saying the hardware. I'm saying but the software. Like, if they're selling, say, 15 million copies of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 are going to sell on PlayStation versus Xbox. Okay. Then they're losing 15 million times 30% of $70 or $60, depending on which version you get, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, their bottom line, and Microsoft has said in their documents and stuff, like, Sony's the market leader. They are. Like, they're admitting Sony is beating us. We know that.
But if they put Call of Duty on Game Pass, Call of Duty will not sell 1 million copies. If it's not on PlayStation and it is on Game Pass, nobody's buying that game.
Right. So and that's why Game Pass makes no sense.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of a net, like,
well, that's why I think
Sony's missing out on it, but in a way, so is Xbox.
Game Pass is insane. Yes.
So
I that's why I think at the end of the day, I think what Spencer said is true. I think that they will stay on there for the foreseeable future. Yeah. At least through this generation.
So that's one side. The other side that I think Microsoft is stupid for is saying that Sony pays block fees. Now, if you're talking, right, that's just keep them from putting it on Game Pass versus keeping them from putting it on Xbox. Okay, but this has happened since the dawn of time. Games have been exclusive, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, to one console over another. Isn't that all they're basically saying? Now, if they're saying, oh, you can sell it on Xbox, but you can't put it on Game Pass. Okay, Xbox should probably be happy about that because
then they actually make money.
They're going to sell Game Pass subscriptions regardless.
Yes.
But now, if they can't put these titles on Game Pass, they're also going to sell actual games.
Also, I find it hard to believe that Sony is paying block fees to block like third-party games from going on Xbox Game Pass when their own freaking first-party developed baseball game has been on Game Pass for the last 2 years. That's where you lose the argument for me.
Yeah.
Sony, I know they didn't go, hey, you want to put this on Game Pass? Like we said last year, I'm sure it was the MLB said, it's got to be multi-platform. And then even though Sony's developing the game, it's San Diego, there's got to be something happening since it's an MLB license, Xbox can come in and say, we want to put this on Game Pass. But but when you think Sony could, the whole block fee thing, I just lose it when it comes to, I lose the argument when I can look at MLB The Show 21 and 22 being on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I just think
this whole thing is just ridiculous. It's like two children fighting about
That's what I was
a
toy.
Say.
This is the console wars are no longer fanboy versus fanboy. Sony and Microsoft are now like you. It's like it's so. I think it's fascinating that this stuff has come out. I think it's super interesting. I also think they're both accusing the same. They're both accusing each other of doing the same thing. And they're both probably right.
Probably, yeah.
It's like, I know Zelda's always been a Nintendo game, but like, can't you say, well, that's not fair. We want Breath of the Wild to be on Xbox and PlayStation.
Right. Nintendo having Zelda influences people to buy advantage. A Nintendo.
Right.
Of course it does. Come out with something better so people buy yours instead. Like, I do not get this.
Yeah. I don't know. It was interesting that it came out that the PS4 sold double the units of the Xbox One, because Microsoft, after the Xbox 360 generation, they were talking about sales data. Then the PS4 generation hit, and Xbox had the worst Xbox One launch you could possibly have. It was like Sony in 2006 with the PS3 saying, get a second job. They're saying, you want cable and all this, and you can use it as a DVR, and you got to have Kinect, and yada, yada, yada. And Sony's like, this is how you share games. Like, after that, they stopped reporting sales.
Of course, yeah.
But, yeah. Yankees are in trouble. Okay. All right, next item on the list, Sean. This comes from, let me see, Eurogamer. GTA 6 is set to set creative benchmarks for the series, according to publisher Take-Two. Speaking as part of Take-Two's financial update, Strauss Zelnick, the company's CEO, said that the development of the game, which is currently unnamed, is, quote, well underway. Quote, the Rockstar Games team is determined to once again set creative benchmarks for the series, our industry, and all entertainment, just as the label has done with every one of their frontline releases. I would slow your roll there.
Yeah.
Rockstar confirmed that the development of the game was progressing in February. Quote, we look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready, so please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details, the company said at the time. But little official news has emerged about the game since then. Since then, you should never end a sentence with since then and then start the next sentence with since then.
That is bad writing.
Since then, it's been claimed by Bloomberg that GTA 6 will take place in an area based on Miami and may feature a female playable character. In a report published last month, sources told Bloomberg that the game is, quote, at least 2 years away, end quote, and this may be down to sweeping cultural changes at Rockstar. Insider Tom Henderson claimed last July that Grand Theft Auto 6 would release in either 24 or 25, partly due to Rockstar's new focus on employee well-being following criticism of its alleged crunch culture. I don't think it's alleged. I think it just has a crunch culture. At the time, his claims were backed up by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier as well as VGC's own sources. Earlier this year, a Rockstar insider... This is actually from VGC. I just realized that. I screwed up on my doc. This is from VGC. Don't sue me, VGC. Earlier this year, a Rockstar insider who's accurately leaked information about the company's games in the past claimed remasters of GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption, quote, were on the table a few years ago but are no longer planned. Creative benchmark, let me get this quote. Creative benchmarks for the series, our industry, and for all entertainment. Yankees lost. That was a quick game. Holy cow. Just as the label has done with every one of our frontline releases. Now, I still haven't played Red Dead 2, but it seems like they set a landmark when it comes to storytelling. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
GTA 5, biggest game release ever that's not Minecraft. 170 million sold. Amazing game. Probably still one of my top 2 or 3 favorite open world games of all time. you are really like GTA 6 didn't need hype.
No.
You are now pushing that hype through the roof. Meanwhile, we've never seen the game. We have no details on the game other than they're working on it and what Schreier has reported. I don't know. What do you think? GTA 6, will it set creative benchmarks for every industry that ever existed?
No, because it's already been done by I can't imagine GTA 6, and with the rumors we've heard, I think GTA 6 will do less to push some boundaries than previous titles. As far as setting benchmarks for the series,
that's going to be tough.
I don't know what you can do that hasn't been done. Like, other than what we've talked about being able to go into like every building.
Exactly.
Which is never going to happen. What can you not do in GTA 5 that you wish you could? I can't think of anything. There's probably some stuff, but I can't think of a single thing that I'm like, man, I hope in GTA 6 you can... Like, I can't think of a single thing. You can already do basically anything you want in GTA 5. How is GTA 6 really going to push the series, the genre, whatever, much further? And like I've said, I don't think Miami is going to be anywhere near as fun a sandbox as Los Santos.
You can go up to the top of freaking Mount Chiliad.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be like...
ride a freaking dirt bike off and then fall down. See how long you can... Like,
this is going to... It's like beach. It's like South Beach. Maybe there's some like swampland. Like, it's just going to be flat. Like, there's no elevation.
Oh,
yeah. In Miami. Now, it's not literally Miami. It's Vice City or whatever they're going to call it. So they can take some creative liberties, and there's the beach, but then, yeah, let's throw a mountain in there. But then, okay, well, that was Los Santos. We've already done that. Like, I don't know what you can do. I think Los Santos was the perfect environment for the game. I don't think you can top that with Miami. So I cannot wait for this game. I'm sure it's going to be amazing as long as they don't dial things back too much.
Right.
But I honestly don't know how you top GTA 5. I have no idea. I don't know that you really can, but we'll see.
And I will say, my initial reaction to this is stop talking about this game, but it's part of their financial updates. They have to talk to the stockholder. They have to get everybody excited. Like, I get that, but like, now can you just stop talking and just work on the game, for crying out loud? John says in the chat, GTA in real Detroit would be great. I also thought when I played the original Watch Dogs in Chicago, that would be a good setting too. Even Watch Dogs 2 in San Francisco is really good. Oh, James makes a good point in the chat. I think GTA 5 can potentially push the limits of the series by simply being designed for the PS5. Let's not forget GTA 5 was designed for PS3.
So I think there are countless finite changes they can do for that very reason, by making this designed for PS5.
Yep.
It's going to look better than even GTA 5
PS4
for the PS5 does.
Right. Oh, yeah, now it's on PS5.
Right. It's going to... There's just little thing. You can take advantage of the solid state, all that, like, instantaneous loading. There's little thing. But, like, as far as, like, gameplay mechanics, if for whatever reason, due to technological limitations, you couldn't fly planes, you could be like, oh, I bet in GTA 6 you can actually fly. We've already done that.
Yeah. In GTA 4, you couldn't.
Submarines, can you go? Or is there going to be like a whole underwater area? I mean, that's
they could
stupid.
go like Forbidden West did, yeah. I mean, there's some underwater stuff you can do in GTA 5, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, other than like we said, being able to go into it. You almost have to be able to go into every building. Because if it's just random, you can go into that building, you can go in that building, but not that one, not that one, not that one. That one you can, not that one. Like,
also, how do you know?
It's just going to be so confused. Yeah,
do they all have a yellow door, like where Aloy can climb, where there's yellow or something?
So I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of is just more seamless transitions into like if you go into your apartment, you should just be able to walk through the front door and go into your apartment, not go to and there won't really be load screens and stuff, obviously, but like seamless transitions where like you could shoot a rocket through a window or just a gun, I guess, and break a window and be like, hey, that's my apartment. And then get on your rocket bike and fly up and just fly right into the window and be in your apartment. Like little things like that. Okay, but I don't know. I just struggle to think of anything like game-changing that they could add to this that hasn't already been done in 5.
It's crazy when you think about it. So PS1 got GTA 1 and GTA 2. PS2 got GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. PS3, and I'm not just singling out PlayStation, but it's just easier for me. PlayStation 3 got GTA 4 and GTA 5.
PlayStation 4 got nothing.
PlayStation 4 got GTA 5 again, and PlayStation
one of the best systems of all time. Didn't even get
that whole generation. We didn't get.
I got Red Dead, but
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm excited for it, but I'll believe the talk when we see it. And last but not least, Sean, do you remember Alone in the Dark?
No, but do you remember Alone in the Dark?
One of my favorite moments ever on this podcast. Alone in the Dark is coming back, and this comes from the PS blog post about the game that was shown at the THQ Nordic stream thing. Experience the franchise that defined the survival horror genre and paved the way.
Pathed?
That's not a word.
I don't think so.
Pathed the way? Paved.
Yeah.
I copied and pasted this from the PS blog. For classics like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, yes, we're delighted to let you know that the reimagining of Alone in the Dark is coming to PS5. I'm sure it's coming to Xbox as well, but who knows? I've just got this from the PS blog because it had a lot of details. A technical marvel when it first launched in 1992. Thinking back to that game, that's hilarious. Alone in the Dark set the standards for immersive horror adventures to come. Developer Pieces Interactive is returning to the franchise's roots in terms of setting while updating and reimagining the game for a new generation of players. To do justice to such a seminal title in video game history, we're proud to say there's a stellar lineup of talent involved. Developer Pieces Interactive is a mix of hot new talent and seasoned veteran developers. An engaging story has been created by Michael Hedberg, cult horror writer of Soma and Amnesia: The Dark Descent, some of the most acclaimed narrative horror experiences of the last decade. Legendary, here we go. Oh, legendary Guillermo del Toro collaborator Guy Davis. Oh, it's not even Del Toro. Legendary Guillermo del Toro collaborator Guy Davis has contributed monster designs. He's probably killing a squirrel or something. Noah's trying to save the squirrel. Our neighbor's cat that always likes to come along and hang out at our house, my kid was just yelling at him saying, "Smokey, stop!" So he's probably trying to kill something.
Get off. Yep.
And Doom Jazz legend Jason Conan provides eerie and haunting melodies to create a tense, twisted, and haunting audio atmosphere. In Alone in the Dark, you'll experience a completely original story, but it does incorporate characters, places, and themes from the original 90s trilogy. I forgot it was even a trilogy.
I knew there was more than one, but I don't think I knew it was a trilogy.
Now my dog is going to go kill the cat that's killing the squirrel or something.
And then you can go kill the dog.
No prior knowledge of the original titles is required to enjoy the game. But fans of the series will find plenty that is... All right, I'm going to have to take a break because something's happening outside.
Time out.
Okay, I'm back. So what happened was the neighbor's cat that likes to come over here and hang out found a baby bunny.
Aw.
And was trying to eat it. And he had it like pinned down like this. And Noah was like going to hit the cat with a shoe. I was like, don't do that. And I was like, it's nature, but it's this baby bunny. I'll try to save it. Okay. So I was like, okay, shine the light on it. Noah shines the light on it. Smokey's got it here, and he's walking away. And I'm like, no, you're not walking away. So I grabbed his tail, and he went, dropped it and went and tried to bite me. So I grabbed him by the back of his scruff. It's like, you're not going to do that. Noah said, I saw the bunny. He ran away. So the bunny's still alive. A little baby bunny, like this big.
No.
And I was like, I put him down. I put the cat down.
You put him down?
I didn't put him down. I put him on the ground after holding him for a while and him trying to like scratch me and stuff. And then he ran off to where the bunny went. And I was like, no, there's nothing else we can do. It sucks. It's nature. I know it's a cute little bunny. But I mean, Smokey's got it. It's just, so I don't know. I think it got away. In my mind, it got away. If we wake up, he's going to kill that thing, eat it, and then like leave the head at the front door or something.
On your pillow.
All right, where were we? In Alone in the Dark, you'll experience a completely original story, but it does incorporate characters, places. I think I read all that. Our Alone in the Dark is set in the Gothic American South during the 1920s, a noir setting with classic Lovecraftian horror elements. It is a world where the familiar meets the surreal. You'll revisit an expanded and transformed Derceto Mansion, the location that featured in the 1992 game, and various other sites connected to Derceto 2. Both Emily Hotwood and Edward Conby, the original game's protagonists, are playable, but all enemies are new, original creations, although there are some nods to monsters from the past. The game features classic survival horror gameplay as you'd expect. You'll explore environments, solve puzzles, and experience a deep psychological original horror story. You'll also experience hyper-tense action and combat as you battle supernatural monsters. We aim to create a game that takes advantage of modern gaming technology to reimagine so much of what makes the original great, while pushing things forward for a new Alone in the Dark experience on PS5. We can't wait to reveal more. I'm still out of breath. I had a deep fried rabbit taco in Puerto Rico, and it was pretty good. I am excited for this. I think the little clips of gameplay they showed, it looks good.
Oh, see, I haven't seen anything.
They were really quick clips.
So you can probably answer it. I want like Resident Evil PT. Is that what this is? Or is this like cheesy, campy, Alone in the Dark, just prettier? Or is it like, does it look like it's going to be horror?
It looks like it's going to be horror. It's third person.
Okay.
You're walking around with a lantern like we talked about in the video, and you're like, yeah, but do you remember Alone in the Dark? The Alone in the Dark from just saved my phone, and I've watched it a few times a day. It's one of the best clips that's ever happened on this podcast, which is saying something. I will say that I think in this write-up, I think they're smelling. I don't think they can smell their own farts. They're basically saying, without us, there'd be no Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Like, I mean, I guess technically I get that, but like, you can say
just because you were the first doesn't mean that it never would have happened without you.
You can't say what was the game on Atari? You can't say that without Pitfall, Mario wouldn't exist. I'm pretty sure they would have figured out Mario at some point.
Right,
you know what I mean? But I'm excited for this. Even though
I'm looking forward to it for sure, yeah.
All I remember of the original,
maybe we can get review codes by sending them. We had to send him that clip and be like, "This means a lot to us."
They're like,
"Hook us up."
They're like, "Wait, do you want codes for Alone in the Dark, or are you afraid of the dark?" Oh God. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll know more when we see more, but right now I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the wrap up, Sean. As I said earlier, GTA 5 has now crossed 170 million copies sold. 5 million were sold in the last quarter. The GTA franchise as a whole is now over 380 million units sold. That seems like too many. Because nothing. So
I think GTA has
GTA
8
5.
games total, and this last title is almost 50%.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of close to 50% of the sales. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Red Dead Redemption 2 is now up to 45 million copies sold as well. You're thanking. You're welcome. Eventually I'll play it, as I said to Dustin on Discord.
Why you're welcome?
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, you're thanking.
You're thanking me.
Gamescom opening night is apparently going to be 2 hours. I can't remember if we knew this last week or not, but it's going to be 2 hours with over 30 games. There will be new games and previously announced games. Lots, Jeff says, from 2023 and beyond. Cool. Also, cool surprises and things you wouldn't expect. I don't think any of our predictions that we have left have any
are
chance
happen,
of coming true at Gamescom.
So where do we stand? What's the score?
Oh, hold on. I've got a doc for that. I don't
1
think
$1.25 to
I don't think I updated
1
everything
or something.
You got Hollow Knight Silksong trailer in 2023 release window. 1 point. I got Kojima's there and teases what he's working on. Maybe it's Death Stranding 2. Half point for me. And then I got God of War and Last of Us Remake are out this year with factions. So that's 2/3 of a point plus a half a point. 1.166667. So I'm up by an 1/8 of a point. I think.
I think it's a 1/6 of a point. What do I have
you
left?
still have left to go. Elden Ring DLC out this fall.
It could happen.
Okay, Larry. Mortal Kombat 12 gets revealed.
Maybe.
Wolverine tease and some info. GTA 6 tease or a trailer or something.
We did get something. We got some rumors.
Yeah, no.
I think that's worth a 1/6 of a point.
I don't think that's a 1/6 of a point. The ones I have left are Silent Hills revealed and a Metal Gear or a Castlevania. Hellblade 2 trailer and release date of this year.
That could happen.
Release date, not the release date, but we might get a Hellblade 2 trailer.
I could see that.
Because Xbox is going to be there talking about games coming out in the next 12 months. There's a chance I get a half point for a Hellblade 2 trailer. There's no way it's out this year. Well, I mean, I guess there's a way. We just got the God of War release date, so you never know. Blue Point teases what remake they're working on. Nope. And then Red Dead Redemption remake. I can mark that one not Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption remake announced. I can probably mark that one off now since they've apparently shelved it. Bastards. Capcom has also announced they will be doing 2 streams for Tokyo Game Show. One will be solely focused on Street Fighter 6. I'm looking forward to that. We got some details this week on Black Ops 4's cut campaign. So if you remember, Black Ops 4 was online only. They cut the campaign pretty late in it. It was going to be something like 15 to 20 hours long. It was going to be a co-op campaign with a lot of 2v2 individual missions. It sounds like a horrible idea. Yeah. So it's probably a good thing they cut it, even though a Call of Duty game without a campaign, most people probably don't care. Me, there's no way I would buy it. Randomly, Sunsoft is holding a virtual event this week. I didn't think Sunsoft existed still.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to do some kind of Sunsoft collection with like limited run games or something like that. I don't know. Sunsoft made a lot of good games back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were up there with Capcom and Konami, but they were probably the second tier of third-party developers, I would say.
I would say that, yeah. Late
80s, early 90s. A white Xbox Elite Series 2 controller has leaked. Not officially announced yet, as far as I know. Sean has officially lost the fantasy draft for video games.
I already
pretty
did.
much are. You're already going to have to count 1-0, but now you got to count 2.
No, I've already got 2. That's why I've already lost. No, count 1-0. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Because Hogwarts Legacy was officially delayed to February 10th, 2023, they are not ready to announce the Switch date yet. Cancel the Switch. This is what we do need a Switch too. I mean, we don't. But like people that want to play third-party games there, you got to release a more powerful Switch.
Yeah.
To me, it's a Nintendo machine, and I'm fine with it being that. Sunsoft Batman. There you go, James. Midnight Suns was also delayed from October until some point before the end of the fiscal year. So that might be next year as well. Neither of us picked that.
Yeah.
Luckily, but I think that one might score pretty well. River City Girls 2 was also delayed from late summer with no new date given. Sunsoft was a Konami subsidiary. They used to get around the Nintendo. You might be right, but I thought that was just Konami and Ultra. I think Sunsoft was separate, but don't quote me on that.
Was Sunsoft and Hudson the same thing?
No, but they might have been. Maybe it was Hudson. Maybe it was Hudson and Sunsoft were like Konami and Ultra.
Maybe. I
don't know. Metal Slug Tactics was also delayed to 2023. Good Lord. Multiversus Season 1 is starting August 15th. That might be a good palate cleanser for you. It's free. I
might check it out.
Superman versus Bugs freaking Bunny or Shaggy. I mean, if I play it, I'm just going to main Batman, no matter if anybody's better than him anyway, so who cares? Might have been. Yeah, it was Ultron. Okay. Yeah, it's your bad, John. Kidding. There were so many companies that were like that. Trust me. Yeah. Where am I at? Mobile tech company AppLovin. Really? Their name is AppLovin, like McLovin. Has offered to buy Unity for $17.5 billion.
I don't understand.
I feel like everybody just makes fun of Unity now.
I don't understand how there's companies
right.
that I've never heard of that can just drop $17.5 billion. Like, it's just ridiculous how much money is out there.
I'm sure they're responsible for stuff that we would know if we heard
Probably.
it. We just have never heard that name. Sonic 3, the movie, is releasing December 20th, 2024. I can't freaking wait. I'm excited for this.
I'm excited.
With what they revealed with in the post credits. Now I'm just waiting for confirmation that you know who is coming back. And I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah.
He needs
You can't, yeah.
There is a Sonic event happening in Fall Guys now. Oh, that's what I was going to say when we were talking about Fall Guys. I never saw the Sonic level. I don't know if there's something I'm
No, it's a
supposed to
separate
do.
thing. I played it for a little bit. I played it once. I don't like it.
Oh.
Unless I just got very unlucky. It's all
Pipes.
basically. There are pipes. It's all Mean Bean Zone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's one game.
Okay.
Like one map, and you just run around and you collect coins and you go fast. And it's like I think it's only 30 people and maybe like the first 22 that get to like 15 coins advance. And then those 22 start over, and it's the first 8 people to get to 30 coins advance. And then you do it again, and it's the first person to get to 50 win. It's just the same
only way
thing
to get the
over
costumes?
and over again. I assume. I don't know. So I don't know if there's other games, and I just got real unlucky and just got the same one 3 times in a row. But I'm like, this isn't very good, the game. And it was the only one. I just played it over and over and over again. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, I'm done. Yeah. But not for me.
For some reason, a live-action Pac-Man movie is coming from the Sonic movie creator.
Okay, I mean...
didn't they already do this with Pixels? Wasn't that the name of the Adam Sandler movie? Wasn't Pac-Man in that?
He was in it, but it wasn't about Pac-Man.
Did you watch that?
No.
Okay. I was going to have to...
I kind of forgot all about it.
Netflix. It's been announced that 99% of Netflix users have not downloaded any games from their game service.
I do not know how to do this. There was somebody... it was Bartolotta. He was talking about, you should check out such and such game. I'm like, okay. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I went to my Netflix app, no mention of games. Then I saw somebody saying, you can just look for it on the App Store. But I think they were probably talking about Google or something because there was no Netflix game. Like, I've tried. I can officially say I've tried to play a game on Netflix. Can't find it. I don't know how to do it. So I stopped.
I know somehow Into the Breach.
I think that was the one he said.
That's like if you love I think it's like a strategy role-playing game, I'm pretty sure, or a tactics game or something.
Yeah.
That people said when it came out a few years ago, people that love that like that kind of game loved it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
I don't want to play games on Netflix. Stray, it was announced, was the most downloaded game on PS4 and PS5 in July. I think that's a combination of PS Plus Extra, as well as you make a cute game about a cat.
Right.
And they put a lot of money into marketing this game as well. But I was happy to see that. Happy for the guys that made it. In August, PS Plus Extra and Premium in some variation will be getting the following games. Some of these we already knew. Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 1, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 6, Dead by Daylight, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Bug Snacks, Metro Exodus, which I've heard really good things of, Trials of Mana.
I might check that out.
I'm happy with that. All I know is to get the platinum, you have to play through it with all 3 characters. Yeah. There's some way to cheese it and only do 2, like with beating the final boss, like save scumming it or something, but you have to play through it at least twice. But I think I want to check that out. Also, Uno, Monopoly Madness, and Monopoly Plus.
Let's get a community Uno game together.
Strategy roguelike. Okay, or light. What is a roguelike and what is a roguelite?
I looked it up once. It has something to do with...
Like, what is Hades?
I don't know. Okay. But it has something to do with one of them. I think you can get permanent upgrades and one you can't. Maybe I think
so.
That's
The one that
distinction.
Hades is.
Whatever. Yeah, but I don't remember which is which.
Interesting. And last, but definitely not least, Super Punch-Out 2. It was revealed this past week that there was a hidden 2-player and boss select mode that was discovered after 28 years. James, you're right. Uno would be a freaking awesome community game night.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can play with more than 4 people on that too. That would be fun.
I'm 100% down. We had to stream it though.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm down.
So Super Punch-Out has a hidden 2-player mode. That's crazy. 28 years. People don't know if it's like a debug thing that got left in by accident, but people I was listening to were saying that like
it
typically
sounds very
debug stuff is more like sound tests and stuff like that get left in.
But this just sounds like a weird, like player 2 just controls the boss. It just seems like a weird, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it was ever meant to be in the. I don't think they were like, "Ooh, let's do 2 players." Nah, I think it was just some, maybe not a debug thing, but I think it was, I don't know, just some kind of test thing that never got removed from the code. But it doesn't sound like an actual 2-player mode.
Well, what's crazy is that like it's in the Switch Online version of it.
Oh,
so they didn't take it out of the code for that. It's just
weird.
It's just fascinating to me. That didn't show up in Nintendo Power or something. James in the chat.
Okay.
Roguelite is supposed to have some permanent upgrades. Roguelike is supposed to be a 100% reset on death. All right, John, thanks for being here, man. Have a great night. James also says, today those terms are pretty much used interchangeably as there aren't really any true roguelikes. Gotcha. So
is anything just a rogue?
Rogue, it all comes from a game called Rogue.
Right.
Which I don't think was Rogue Legacy.
Okay.
I think Rogue Legacy came after it. But there was a game called Rogue that was like this. You try to go through the game, and then you start all the way over. And then you try to go, and you start all the way over.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's it for episode 293. Thank you guys for indulging me while I went to save a baby bunny from being eaten by a cat. Rogue is a game. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Good.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. Jeez, I'm crook. That's it for episode 293. Thank you all so much for being here. And until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.